So good morning. We are going to start talking about the affordable solutions today. Let's wait for some people to get in. I think people is coming in already. Okay.
Morning.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, good morning. So today we are going to talk a little bit about affordable solutions. And I think it's a wonderful program that we have at the university available for faculty. This program will allow faculty to find more affordable learning materials to the students. And I'm going to show a little bit how has been the Affordable Solutions program. Everybody can see my screen? Okay, so the Affordable Learning Solution is a program that has been at the CSUSB since 2013, and this program will help students to find more affordable learning solutions, and also will reduce the cost of the materials for all the students and help them to graduate even faster. One of the problems that we always encourage with the textbook is that they are very expensive, and the students are very particular what kind of textbook they would like to buy, depends on the price. Sometimes the students cannot always keep them, and because they cannot buy the textbook, and they don't acquire them on time, they will fall behind in their studies. Also, if you don't have the book, impossible to keep up with the class. So the textbooks cost, how much do they cost? More or less, I can give you some examples. We have very expensive textbook, like the economics, which one costs $255. Or for example, the calculus, some of the math books are very expensive. So you will see that the student has to decide either to buy this textbook or pay rent or pay gasoline and other expenses that they have. According to the College Board, more or less the students spend $1,168 per year in textbook and supplies. You can see that many of the students will decide or will choose to not buy the books. They don't either buy the required books. 66% of the students there decide they are not going to buy the textbook because it's expensive, or a 47.6 probably they will take fewer classes, depends of the textbook costs. We have the Affordable Learning Solution Committee at the San Bernardino. We have the ATI, is really wonderful. We also have the library that helps us a lot. We have an amazing librarian, Lisa Bartlett, who is our OER specialist. We have a Rochelle in the bookstore, Rochelle Urban. They always will help any faculty for any questions. And of course, we have our dear administration that give us and help us and support the grant as well, that will keep the faculty to participate. The grant will come from the Chancellor Office. The San Bernardino will apply every year, and we get the grant. And here at the website, you can find all the information about the how you can apply for the grant internally, how do we get the money, etc., and what are the deadlines. But one of the tabs that I want you to see in the Affordable Solution website, especially nowadays with this crisis, is how you can find and open educational resources through the Affordable Solutions website. We have prepared here some of the links and some of the databases that you can find this book available for you. We have a very cool ones with the School for Ed and Merlot, that we are going to be covering that in a few moments. I always tell my faculty that start with the library, because the library is the one who will let you know what kind of books do they have available in the e-version. So I always tell the faculty to go to all these databases that the library has prepared for us. And also we have Here the picture of the Lisa Bartra, our coordinator collection for the OER. So if you need to contact her, you just need to send her an email or her. She responds better through email, but you can even call her. She has been wonderful. She has more than 14 years experience working the OER, and I guarantee you she will help you to find any resource or any book that you will need for your class. Here is like a little overview of our program since 2013. So we start saving like $28,109 to students. This year, we already reached the goal of $1 million, and we surpassed it, and we saved $1,731,000 to our students. We have 361 faculty who participated from 16 different departments from our university, and this year we have helped 13,117 students to save money in their textbooks. Here is like a little overview of how much money we have saved. Our goal for next year will be to reach the $2 million in saving for our students. So if you really enjoyed and join our program, we can hopefully reach that goal. During this crisis, Affordable Learning Solutions, CSUSB, also have another alternative program, which we call the Immediate or Inclusive Access Program. And this will offer all the students access to a course material in a digital format at no charge for the first day of class. So since they arrive the first day, they just need to log in Blackboard, and they will access the material since the first day of class. They don't need to wait for the financial aid check to arrive to buy the textbook, and they will be able to access this material at free cost until the census day. When the census day arrives, they have the option to opt out of the program, so they won't be charged. But if they decide they want to continue using the e-books or the material that has been granted for them to Blackboard, so they will be charged in the student account. So far, we have integrated Wiley, Cengage, and McGraw-Hill to Blackboard. So if you have any book from those publishers, or if you want to contact any material from those publishers, you can do it right away. It doesn't mean that you necessarily has to work with these publishers, but those are the three that we have right now integrated to Blackboard, so it will be easy for you to start working with inclusive access. The immediate access will help the students because they discount up to 10 and 20% below the regular digital access. So whatever digital access you have, you will lower the price by 10 and 20%. And also it will lower up to 60% on the hard copies that the faculty is using. If some faculty decide that they don't want to use the digital format because they love that the students have the book in their hands, of course, now with the online emergency teaching, it doesn't apply. But let's say in the future things get to normal and the faculty doesn't want the student to use just the ebook. The bookstore will prepare some loose leaf versions for the student at a very low cost. So the students will also have access to this low-cost loose leaf version if they don't want to use the e-access or the e-material. Okay, so just to wrap it up, Affordable Learning Solution, I want to remind you during this crisis, it will help faculty to locate more affordable and free instructional material resources. It will help the students to reduce textbook costs and, of course, achieve their graduation goal. It will increase campus awareness about available resources for more affordable instructions. I know that you have been receiving emails from our wonderful librarians during this crisis about our program and about all the databases that are available to you, like the movies, websites and databases, free books, etc. And the most important, I think, for you, especially for those that are going towards your tenure, is you have a beautiful showcase faculty a program that we are going to do it at, usually is in May or at the end of April every year. And here we invite your chair, your dean, the provost, the president, like the whole party goes there. And we'll give you all these awards for the wonderful job that you have been doing, saving money to students. And plus that, you will have the opportunity to have your showcase available or published in the call for aid. And this will make you very famous, not only inside the CSUSB, but also worldwide. For example, I can give you the Dr. Danny Worry. He was this year, he saved saving students $149,000 in his class. So you can see that how much money he helped saving the students. If you want to read more about his case, you can go to his showcase, just enter to call for aid, and then you can do it. Also, we have another e-portfolio in the call for aid is the Dr. Larry Means portfolio. He was helping the students in his chemistry class, and he used an open task textbook. You can Professor Jury used OER or ProQuest, and Professor Larry Means he opted to use an open test textbook, and he saved $95,200 for their students. So there is so many ways that you can save money for students. As I told you, Professor Larry Mink, he opted to adopt an open source textbook from OpenTax. You can also enter in OpenTax, and they have a lot of different materials and books that has been organized for you. They are peer review, and the quality is amazing. And I just want to remember, if you reduce, I just want to remind you, if you reduce the cost of your textbook by 30%, you are eligible to the Alias Grant, which one is $700. And we are going to give you this money for faculty development. And this is wonderful because the book adoption deadline for fall is coming up, it's May 16. Those who are going to teach in summer, the book adoption deadline is April 20th. But if you are not going to teach in summer, just keep in mind that the book adoption deadline is coming up for May 16. So you still have time to choose your OER materials for fall, and then you will qualify immediately to our grant. So many of you will ask, how can we access to an e-book material? How can I access to the books? Depends on my discipline. Sometimes it's difficult. Well, I just wanted to let you know that we have the honor today to have our specialty manager of technical services specialist. Her name is Barbara Biol-Sperling. She decided to join us from the Chancellor Office. Barbara has been working with Merlot for more than 20 years. So I will give you the opportunity so you can meet her. Barbara.
Shit, I'm gonna, hello. I apologize for the background noise for a minute. Let me start my presentation here. Thanks, Bibiana. So my name is Barbara Sperling, and I work at the Chancellor's Office. With me also on this presentation today is Jason Stanton. Jason is pretty much a jack of all trades for Merlot. He's webmaster, UI designer, social media expert, and he's going to be monitoring the chat. So if there's a question that you have during this, I don't mind interruptions. You can either just ask or write it in the chat, and he'll interrupt me. So what I'm going to do here today is talk about Merlot and all the benefits of Merlot, how to join, how to search, and the things that you can find in the website. So most of the things I'm going to show you today, Merlot is free to join. Let me just start there, especially you're a partner in that you are at the Cal State University part of the system. And so it's benefits are free. Everything you see in this is available to you. So what I'm going to do is talk about here basically what Merlot is, the benefits, how to search, talk about our open textbooks that we have and ways to search those. If we have some time, I'm going to get into a little bit about Bookmark Collections, and then talk about the Merlot Community and Cool for Ed at the end as time permits. So this is our homepage now. The one that Bibiana showed was our previous version, and I'll show you that in a minute.
Barbara, excuse me, we are not seeing your screen. Could you please do share the screen to see what you are showing us, please?
Oh, you're not? Huh, okay, let me try again.
Yes, there we go. Yes, thank you.
Okay, so you can see it now? Okay, perfect. I'm sorry. So what is Merlot? As I said, it's a project of the Cal State University system. As Bibiana talked about, the Affordable Learning Solution Initiative incorporates Merlot into the cornerstone of its project. It provides faculty and students with low-cost resources. And so Merlot is a big part of that. This is just a history of Merlot. We've been around since 1997, going on 23 years now. And you can see the evolution of the website from very text-intensive to very streamlined and just the essentials of what you need to get started. So this, when you go to Merlot, this is www.merlot.org is what you see. And Merlot is really, it's a lot of different things. It's made up of a collection of resources that are member generated. We don't host the materials on our site, we host the metadata. So when you do a search and you find materials in our collection, we link out to those, but we give you all the information you need to determine whether or not you want to go to those sites. And I'll be talking about searching after this. And unlike a Google search where you could find 3 million hits in 3 seconds, when you do a search in Merlot, we show you what the quality is of those resources that you're searching for. We have things like a peer review and an editor's review, user ratings, discussions, as well as I've mentioned here, bookmark collections and e-portfolios, which I know mean nothing to you right now, but we'll get into that. And so as a member of Merlot, when you join, if you have resources that you've used that you want to share with others, you can add those to Merlot. So to join Merlot, if you're on the home page here, there's up in the top right corner is just a link that says sign up, which takes you to a page that takes you about 2 minutes to complete. We don't ask for a lot of information. We don't spam you with a lot of emails throughout the year, but we do just want to know your name, your email address, member type, which is faculty, staff, administrator, librarian, student, and then what discipline you're involved in. So then we know how to tailor certain materials to you when you do your searching. Once you fill that information in, you get a member profile, as you can see here. Over in the right corner where it says contributions, as you add things to Merlot, as you author them, all this is put over here. So if other people are maybe looking to collaborate with you, if they share the same discipline, they can see what you have done. As I mentioned, we ask for your discipline and your affiliation. In this case, it would be San Bernardino. And then on your profile, you can see other members from your institution, other materials in your discipline. So we try and provide you lots of different ways to find things in Merlot other than just putting a keyword search in. So what are the benefits of Merlot? Why should you spend that couple of minutes joining? So as I said, it is free. You can create bookmark collections, and I'll get into that in a second, but let me just say, so bookmark collections are like you have a folder on a shelf, or you have a folder of bookmarks on your browser. You can put those things into Merlot in one place, which gives you a unique URL, and you can share that with people and say, these are all the great things I found for philosophy or literature or biology, things like that. You can become a peer reviewer in your discipline. I'll talk about that. We have 25 editorial boards. You can add valuable materials to the collection. And one of the highlights that I don't think we'll get to today, but I would be happy to come back and talk again, is access to our content builder, which is a web authoring tool that allows you to create websites that Merlot hosts. So the first thing I want to talk about here is searching Merlot. And there are 3 different ways that you can search Merlot. We like to think of ourselves as a one-stop shop, and we call this our smart search. So what is smart search? When you put in a keyword into the text field here on the home page and click go, you're taken to a hit list of results. And you'll see here, it's circled at the top here, are 3 tabs: the Merlot collection, other libraries, and the web. And if you click on each one of those tabs, you get different information, and I'll talk about that. So the first one is Merlot collection, and that's everything in the Merlot collection based on your keyword search. On the left side are filters, where you can filter by discipline, material type, other options like whether or not it has a Creative Commons license, if there's a cost associated with it, if it can be used on a mobile device, things like that. So the first tab you would see would be the Merlot collection, and these would be all the results for the Merlot collection. And this is a complete list here of all the filters that I just mentioned: discipline, material type, audience, mobile platform, and quality, whether or not it has a peer review or an editor's review or user ratings. And so you can really narrow your search to find the most appropriate materials. So let's say I did a search on biology. Here's a biology open textbook that I found in Merlot, and you can see over here in the right corner, has a 5-star editor's rating, a 4-star user rating. So the editor's rating means that the biology editorial board has looked at it and given it a rating of 5, and that means it's been put into their queue that when time permits, they can go do a full peer review of it and post that review. Again, we have subject matter experts in over 25 different boards in Merlot that do the editor's review and the peer reviews, and then they post those. So this would be a biology one. And when you're on any material detail page after you do a search, you would be able to click this go to material, and that's where I was talking about, where we don't host the materials, but we store the metadata. So this looks like a valuable material. So you would click the go to, and you would be taken to this biology textbook in OpenStax. The same would be true if I did a search for philosophy. I found this material, and again, it's got a user rating and an editor's rating, and it's in a couple of bookmark collections, so that tells me that people are using it. So I could click this go to, and somebody have a question? And again, I could find this philosophy open textbook. Just one more example would be a literature book. And I did a search on literature in Merlot and found this book, and it would take me to that one as well. Oh, somebody's needs to mute.
Barbara, we do have a question on the chat. Sorry to interrupt. Professor Gervais is asking, does the Merlot membership expire?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Dr. Gervais has a question. This is, does the Merlot membership expire?
Merlot membership does not expire. So yeah, once you've joined it, it's free and it doesn't cost anything, and it doesn't expire or get removed.
It's for life. Once you join, you join, and we don't kick you out. We don't unless we have members who have posted things that are not appropriate and we've suspended them, but otherwise no, it doesn't expire. So back to the search results. So the second tab is other libraries. And what Merlot does is it searches 60 other digital libraries based on your keyword search. And you filter by that. Once you get your results and you click on that other libraries tab, from the drop down, you can pick any of these digital libraries and see what results we've returned to you. Campus Technology, I think last year called us the mothership of OER because we provide access to so many digital libraries for you at once, so you don't have to go to each one of those. So we provide all that information to you right here. Our third tab is the web. And I mentioned before about searching Google. This web search does go out and search Google, but it's based on our algorithm. I kind of like to call it our Coca-Cola recipe, where we've put in some information based on higher education and keyword and disciplines, and we bring you those results here. So you can filter those as well by Creative Commons license and by discipline. And these are not in Merlot, but you could add them to Merlot if you find them useful for yourself. We provide a way for you to do that. Another way to search Merlot is our advanced search, and we have an advanced material, advanced member, and an ISBN search. The first one I'm going to talk about here is the advanced material search. And our advanced material search page pretty much gives you so many combinations of way to search for materials. You can search under quality for something that has either a peer review or an editor's review. You can search by material type if you're looking for open textbooks. Say we have over 7,700 open textbooks listed in Merlot, and you can filter those by discipline. You can search for things with no cost or a Creative Commons license or technical format. We also have an advanced member search, and this allows you to look for other members in Merlot that perhaps have authored material in your discipline or are a peer reviewer, or whether or not they are a faculty or a librarian, things like that. Their affiliation, you can look for people at your university if you perhaps want to collaborate with. Again, providing lots of ways for you to find materials and members in Merlot. The last search option is what we call our ISBN search. And this, to me, is one of the most overlooked features in Merlot, but it's so powerful. And that if you have a textbook that you want to use and perhaps want to switch to an open textbook, or you want to find supplemental materials to use in addition or in place of that textbook, you can put the ISBN number into the search box. You can also, on the home page under the search box, click on the ISBN search link, and you're taken to the ISBN search page where you put in the ISBN number. And you get a hit list similar to the one that I showed you before. And it tells you the book and the author, and it gives you results. And just like before, you can filter this by if you're looking for, say, a case study or a simulation or an online course module with a textbook. If we have them in Merlot, you would find them here. And so really just lots of different ways to search Merlot, find the OERs you're looking for. So I've talked about book collections, and I want to just share with you a little bit about Bookmark Collections. So they are a way to organize resources in mind. You can put together in one place, put notes about each item that you're putting into the Bookmark Collection. You can order them in a certain way, and you can then have a unique URL that you could give to your students or to other faculty and say, these are all the materials I found for philosophy, and this is the order of the weeks that we're going to use them. So it really provides a way for you to gather elements for a course, save favorite things so you know you can get back to them, and you can create multiple bookmarks. You can title them, with whatever will help you remember them, but you can have more than one bookmark collection in Merlot. And so this is what a bookmark collection looks like in Merlot. When you are on, the easy way to create one of these is when you are on the material detail page, as I showed you before, just under the go-to material link is a link that says bookmark or add to course ePortfolio. And let's just talk about bookmark collections before I get into course ePortfolio. It would take you to one different dialog modality, and it depends if you've ever created a bookmark collection before. So if you've never created one, you on the left side here, create a new bookmark collection. You would give it a title, say Philosophy 101 or Biology. Sorry. And you would put a description and click Create and Add this material. If you've created bookmark collections before, you would see what's on the right side here. So if you're adding another bookmark material to a collection, you would have your choice of the ones that you have created here. If you want to create a new one and not add it to any of these, you would just click the link here, create a new bookmark collection, and you'd be taken to this on the left side here. So you can have as many bookmark collections as you want, with as many materials in there as you want. And then once you create it, as I said, this is what it looks like. As I talked about before, where you could find other members in Merlot in your discipline, if you find some that other people that are also teaching what you're teaching or have the same interest as you, you can look to see if they have bookmark collections. As I showed you, it would be in the top right corner of the profile page. And let's say they've created a bookmark collection for literature, a literature course that you're going to teach. You could look at their bookmark collection, and if the materials in there are something that you think would be worthwhile for you, over in the right corner here, you would click on the link here to make a copy of it. And so what that would do would be to put a copy of say, Bibiana's bookmark collection into your Merlot profile. She would then get an email that says somebody thought your bookmark collection was so great they made a copy of it. And so all you're doing is copying the links that she's gathered, and then you can modify it however you want. You'll see here on the right side for each of these materials, there's a pencil where you can edit it and put a note in. So for the second one, it says, great material, please read by September 1st. There's a trash can here where you can delete the ones that you don't think are appropriate for you. On the left are little arrows where you can put them in a specific order. And then down at the bottom, you can search to add additional resources from Merlot. In addition, let's say you have a material that you've used somewhere and it's not in Merlot yet. You can add that as well. And then we provide a little Merlot icon that you could click, and it says, you know, if you thought it was good enough to put into your bookmark collection, please put it into Merlot as well. So I'm going to just stop here. I see the chats going, and I want to just stop and see if there's any questions I can answer at this point. Jason, is there anything that I haven't covered that is in the chat?
Barb, I don't, unless I missed a slide, could you just quickly show the advanced material search?
Oh, sure.
If we have a slide for that.
Right
so one
here.
of the questions had to do with filtering for specific materials, and you can do a lot of this while you actually do your search. You can select the language, select only peer-reviewed materials, look for only open textbooks, or you can just from the homepage put your keywords in, get to your search results, and then use the filters on the left-hand side to narrow that down. Language was brought up in one of this also, though, and the advanced material search is where you'd want to go to specify a language. So, thank you.
And a good point there that we have materials in many different languages in Merlot, so you can filter your search by a specific language and then see what materials are there. One of our editorial boards is world languages, and so we have reviewers that review various materials in Merlot other than just English. Any other questions? So I'm going to just talk for a few minutes here about the Merlot community. And as I mentioned before, that's really the heart of the Merlot collection is our members who put the materials in. We have over 169,000 material members around the world, 25 editorial boards of subject matter experts. We also have academic discipline and support portals that I'll show you, partner portals, and we have a virtual speakers bureau. So let's say you are an expert in a specific area. You can indicate on your profile that you are would like to be a virtual speaker. Somebody may contact you, and then that conversation is between the two of you. And you could have a face-to-face, you could be a Zoom, whatever they want, but that's a way for people to talk among themselves about various issues. So on our homepage, as you can see in the top, on the right side here, it says members around the world. And what we have done is if you click on that from the homepage now, we show you a map of all our members around the world in Merlot. Based on the UN's list of 195 countries, Merlot is represented by 184 of those countries. And so you could go and just hover over these and it would tell you how many members are in each. If you click on one of those countries, it would take you to a hit list of those members. So you could see who's representing Merlot all over the world. I mentioned here about academic discipline communities, and these are the discipline communities that we have editorial boards. And each of these is represented by what we call a portal. And so I've shown here the biology portal, and what that is an extension of the materials in Merlot. And so it allows you to see the new materials, the new members, all the disciplines under biology. The editor will showcase a material that has come into Merlot that they think is quite valuable. And then we have some Google alerts and Twitter feeds based on the biology discipline. And then as you can see on the left here, we do that for 25 different disciplines within Merlot. We also have what we call support communities, and those also have portals. And some of these have faculty development and ICT literacy, library and information services. Those three have editorial boards as well that they do reviews in Merlot, and they're quite busy and active. And these portals look the same types of information, just geared directly towards that discipline. Any questions on our discipline or support communities? So just to finish up here, I'm going to talk about two other things. One is Cool for Ed, and that's the California Open Online Library for Education, and that's just coolfored.org. And this is a way to see course showcases and find other materials directly related to disciplines. And so this is what the homepage looks like. And up at the top, you can see there's an option for course showcases, as well as right here. And you can see what your colleagues are doing in terms of using open textbooks. And so in this case, it's a drop down as I selected chemistry and went to one of the chemistry open textbooks. And what Cool for Ed does is give you information and review information on that textbook, so you know the quality of it, and you really an extension of what you find in Merlot. So you can see in Merlot it had a user rating of 4, and you can see all the places where it's been used and the evaluation of that textbook with some ratings based on faculty that have used it. And so I encourage you to check out Cool for Ed as well. It's a great resource to find some open textbooks. As is Merlot, I mentioned we have over 7,700 open textbooks listed in Merlot. Right now, people are continuing to add valuable resources and come to Merlot to find them as well, based on what, the crisis that we're in now. So that's all I have for right now. I did want to just mention, we've talked about Content Builder, and I saw that Bibiana had some slides about some things that were created in Content Builder. I didn't know if we'd have any time to do that, so if you bear with me for 1 second, I'm going to just unhide those slides and show you those real quick. So as I mentioned, the Merlot Content Builder is an authoring tool. It allows you to create your own websites and integrate text, videos, images. It's, as long as you follow our guidelines in terms of putting alt tags in, etc., it's accessible. And it's you can collaborate with people. So you can start a website, and as long as somebody is a Merlot member, you can share that with them, let them work on it, and then you can work on it without sending copies back and forth to each other. So we've incorporated a lot of great features. Years ago, we inherited the Content Builder from the Carnegie Foundation. It was the Key Toolkit, if anybody is familiar with that. In the last year, we completely rebuilt it, and what you see now is really the work of Jason, who's also on this call, his design work. So when you are in Merlot and you've joined, in the top right corner is your name with a drop down, and it takes you to everything you've submitted. And it also takes you to the Content Builder, which is this home page right here. And all that you would need to do is just click on the Create Website button, and it takes you through a series of pages where you have a design center where you can add text, as I said, images. You can link out to videos, and the best part of this is that Merlot hosts it. You don't have to, again, membership is free. This is free. As a Cal State University system partner, you have all access to all of these things. And so I'm going to stop there, and just let me know if anybody has any other questions. Nobody?
I think nobody has more questions.
I know this was a lot of information to throw out at once to you. And so again, here's my email, webmaster@merlot.org will get to me or to Jason, and we'd be happy to answer your questions, get on a Zoom call, and just go into a little more detail about anything that you've seen here today, including the Content Builder. I just wanted to give you kind of an overview of this tremendous resource and all the materials you have access to here to help you with your online teaching.
Oh, I got a private message. It says, does the student have to log in to Merlot in order to access the materials?
No, anybody can come to Merlot and search and find resources, including students and faculty. You don't have to join to use Merlot, but we encourage you to join just so we can see all the active users, but also so you have access to creating, using our Content Builder, creating bookmark collections, rating material, if you've used something, go in and give it a rating, participate in a discussion, any of those things. But you don't have to be a member to just go in and find materials.
Okay, I think everything, if you don't have any more questions, let me see if somebody has written something. No, I think it's okay, Barbara. Barbara, thank you so much for being with us. I cannot really express my gratitude for taking your time and help us to navigate through Merlot. They will be so happy for sure, everyone, to go back. As you say, it's a lot of information, but now that we have this recorder, it will be easier for the faculty to access and go back and make sure that they know and navigate it to Merlot. And also they know that they can create their own websites through webmasters at merlot.org, so they don't need to start paying, they can stop paying all these platforms that they are paying for their own websites, because now they know they can use it and create one for free with you guys. So thank you everyone, and please survive, and remember, you are not alone. We are here to help you. And as I told you, if you can contact me, either Barbara, some people also in the library, or the librarians will help you. And just be patient and survive this crisis together. Have a good day. Bye, Barbara.
Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.